Episode 5 of Synagogues of Iowa takes us to two cities, Iowa City and Des Moines. Let's first traverse to Iowa City. Iowa City has about 72,000 residents, and it's almost in the middle of the state. It currently has two houses of worship, and this is one of them, Congregation Agudas Achim. Looking at it, you can hardly tell anything Jewish about it. The current spiritual leader is listed as Rabbi Barry Diamond, and the congregation has affiliation with both the Reform and the Conservative movements. Friday evening services use the Reform Siddur, or prayer book, as well as on the first Saturday or Shabbat service of the month. The remaining Saturday morning services use the Conservative Siddur. By the way, this facility had previously been a physical fitness center. The synagogue took over this place in 2013. It is technically in a suburb called Corralville. The congregation has a working relationship with the B'nai B'rith Hillel Foundation that has association with the University of Iowa. And now on to the other house of worship in Iowa City. This is the House of the Lubavitch of Iowa City. It also caters to the needs of the University of Iowa students who are looking for a more traditional and less formal milieu for their Jewish practice. Although Lubavitch Chabad are themselves Orthodox and keep kosher, they do not put demands on their visitors or guests, and thereby hope to win friendships and long-lasting positive relationships with students who are far away from home. And now we travel on to our next city, Des Moines. This is the first of 4 house of worship locations in the city. It is Bethel Jacob Synagogue, an Orthodox congregation. Their current spiritual leader is listed as Rabbi Aryeh Leib Bolel. The congregation was formed as far back as 1881. Over the years, there have been several sites for this congregation. At one point, it had the largest membership in the city, with over 400 families. This current building was put up more than 50 years ago. Although it is an Orthodox congregation, it only lists the times for the daily morning minyan. It also hosts a community preschool, as well as preparations for bar and bat mitzvah celebrations. The building also has a mikveh for ritual purity processing, and the rabbi heads the Chaver Kadisha, which is a group of dedicated individuals who ensure that the dearly departed, regardless of how they observed ritual practice during their lifetime, will receive proper Jewish burial preparation. And now on to our next stop, which is literally around the corner from the bushes facing this campus. This house is home to the Chabad of Des Moines, Iowa. This means that the two Orthodox houses of worship are within close proximity to each other, which also means that this neighborhood has a high percentage of Orthodox Jews. If you'll look closer, you'll see that both the garage door and the door next to it both have mezuzahs on the right doorpost, a giveaway that the building is maintained by those who respect and practice the stricter forms of traditional Jewish observance. Our next stop is to go from an Orthodox to a Reformed temple. This magnificent edifice peeking out behind the trees belongs to Temple B'nai Jeshurun, a Reform congregation. Rabbi David Kaufman is its spiritual leader and has been so for more than a dozen years. The temple was founded in 1873, and like so many others, it was originally of the Orthodox persuasion. The building that you see here was dedicated in 1932. There are services both Friday nights and Saturday mornings for Shabbat. Friday nights will have a variety of service types. At least once a month there will be two concurrent Friday night services. In one, the rabbi leads a more family-oriented service in the social hall that caters to the interests of children. And now on to our final synagogue. This is Congregation Tiferes Israel. Their spiritual leader is Rabbi Stephen Edelman Blank. He has been with them since 2009. There is both Friday evening and Saturday morning Shabbat services. Friday evening services are followed by a light oneg reception and Saturday morning by a light lunch. There is also a Tuesday morning minyan, and are happy to try to accommodate a minyan on other mornings upon request for the observance of a yortzeit, or the anniversary of the death of a loved one. This wraps up our trip to these two cities in Iowa, as well as the rest of the state. So, now on to Michigan. Bye for now. Hope to see you real soon.